All right, so let's be honest for a sec. A lot of society, unfortunately, is straight up sleepwalking. A lot of us are living at a fraction of what we could be. Humanity has been dumbed down. A lot of us are living at such low levels of consciousness, and we give in to manipulation. We are fed constant subliminal messages that get into our subconscious, messages of fear, stress, worry, lack, and scarcity. And it's just so interesting to see how people care so much. I get it, there's social issues, whatever, but a lot of us get so emotionally tied into things that do not pertain to us at all. Like I think I said in one of these videos, something that we see on the news, something that is tragic that happens. And I'm not denying that, it sucks that something like that happened, but us as the viewer, watching the TV, we respond to it. Our whole body reacts to it like it is happening to us. And also, being bombarded with fear and lack and worry and stress all the time, it colors our perception. It seeps into our subconscious and it alters how we see our reality, our everyday life. Even if these things are not happening to us, we will create them in our head. That's how powerful we are. And unfortunately, most of society is getting swept up into all this BS. But to quite literally save ourselves, we have to step into higher dimensional consciousness, higher dimensional awareness. And to do this, you know how when you're a beginner meditator, you're taught to sit there in silence, your mind is probably going to be chattering a lot, but the key is just to notice, to become aware that is going off on all these different tangents. Just notice that it's happening, right? And then bring your focus back into the present moment. That right there is like the tipping point. It's like the gateway to higher dimensional consciousness. Right there, we tap into a higher, different version of ourselves. Most of us are living from like that animal, unaware, acting on impulse, being run by automatic programming. But just the simple act of noticing when your mind strays and making the conscious, sovereign choice to bring your focus back in the present moment, now you are starting to make decisions from a higher version of you. You are starting to control yourself from somewhere else outside of your physical self. And from this state of awareness, operating in this state of awareness, you can really start to change behaviors, alter your thinking patterns. You detach from your mind, detach from believing everything that your mind tells you as true, detach from getting caught up in every little thought. But this higher level of awareness knows that anything you think becomes true, and you can alter how you think. It is really that easy. No matter what thoughts or emotions come up, we can choose how we respond to those from that higher level of ourselves. That is the key. And that's why the people that are sleepwalking will be constantly stuck in this like hell loop, wanting to get out of it, wanting to improve yourself, wanting a different life, but just being stuck in a repeat of the past, not really tapping into the conscious version of us, the conscious creator that has the sovereign power to make a new decision and not be driven by automatic behaviors. The sleepwalkers, right? They believe in this identity. What they tell themselves they are this, whether consciously or unconsciously. And they can't break out and create a new reality because they believe in this limited identity. But that identity is just repeated behaviors from the past built up. It is nothing else but an accumulation of our previous choices. It really is as simple as choosing to let go and release all of that and become free. But the sleepwalking people, and I'm guilty of this too, I still have a lot of things to become aware of within my own self. But we're so busy paying attention to all these external distractions that we never take a deep dive into what is going on in our internal world. And so We can't become aware of all of these patterns that run us because we don't know what we don't know. But the only way to alter the course of our lives, to really make changes in our lives, is to make a new decision in the moment. Make a conscious, sovereign choice and not be a victim of our impulses, of our previous conditioning, automatic behaviors, how we would normally tend to react, our tendencies. And the conscious, higher version of us, so here's an example. Let's say, just a basic example, you're an angry person and you're trying not to be as angry. You're trying to break that pattern of anger. So let's say you're driving, someone cuts you off. Your programmed automatic reaction is what? To get angry, to retaliate in some way, maybe do a little road rage back, whatever. But the conscious version of you that knows the highest truth. The highest truth is that none of those anger reactions are going to fix anything. If anything, they're just going to make you feel worse and they're going to make you regret. So the conscious version of us takes a second and chooses to respond in a new way. And over time, doing this, it's a little bit of discipline and a little bit of energy to break those habits and let go of your outdated, limited identity. But once you do it little by little, that will compound, that will add up, and you will become an entirely different person, the person that you actually want to be. But the sleepwalker has no awareness of cause and effect, no awareness of how their actions, how their thoughts, their behaviors really impact the future. And that's why you just have to win the present moment, make a new choice in the present moment. It is really that simple. Acting from that higher level of awareness, higher dimensional awareness, higher version of us. Acting from that version, we can just choose to think different thoughts. We feel any negativity, any fear, we take a second, we don't act on it. Just like in meditation, we don't feed into our chattering mind, we bring our focus back to the present. We really have the power to choose what we think, and then that becomes our life, that becomes our reality. So that's all I got. Let me know what you think.